Hello, people. It is I, Joel Garcia from WLTCG, and we are here again with another podcast. And today with me, I have the usual people. I got Sam, and I got Roderick.
Howdy, rulers. How's it hanging?
So today, we got a fuck ton of spoilers to go through. Do we not?
I like cards. He likes cards. You like cards. We all like cards, and we got plenty to talk about today.
Oh, we got a bunch to talk about. So,
like a lot. Like we mean a lot.
what do we want to start off with, Roderick?
Well, let's go in color order. So, fuck.
You know what?
So much.
Let's just start with the least amount of color spoilers, or not like the least color the color that got the least spoilers. There we go. Let's start with white.
No, we're starting with green.
Oh,
All right,
yeah,
now
yeah.
we go to white.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Green.
Green's done. Thank you. That's it. See
Whoever
you guys next
was
week.
trying to tell people that there was green cards in the set was a liar. People kept
telling
saying
you.
that there was gonna be no mono, but there's gonna be dual colors. There's gonna be like 2 to 3. Trust me, there's gonna be 2 to 3.
I kept
was like,
telling
well, there's
y'all,
gotta be
why
2 or
would
3.
they print green cards in a set that has no green rulers? How do you play the cards?
Okay, that's it, guys. See you next week. No, I'm just joking. So, but anyways,
Perry.
let's start with Perry. I'm guessing Sam, you want to read the first one? Start us off.
So Perry is a 1 light quick cast card. It's a chant sword art. So very particular sword art. It says, prevent all damage that would be dealt by target chant, spell, or ability until end of turn. Draw a card. So it's not bad. Like, it can't stop an attack damage, but I mean, like, if you can stop a chance damage or an ability, like, I don't know, like, Narlathotep,
Oh, yeah.
you, Roderick. But yeah, if it
I
can
don't know
stop
what I
that
did.
stuff, I mean, then it draws a card. So, like,
Yeah.
it replaces itself. It's 1 mana. It's not the best card, but I feel like if you're going to play, like, some, like, mono white and you're, like, looking for, like, life gain, stuff like that, I can see you running that kind of card because it replaces itself. You know?
I could see it also now that we're probably going to see the goddesses he plays, like an Uther ability. I don't know. It depends.
I
Like,
don't know, man. Like, no, we'll get to this.
yeah,
later.
but anyways, I feel like Burn's going to be a thing, so Perry could come in clutch. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Stopping that one thunder could make it or break it.
No. It does
No,
stop.
but y'all haven't talked about the best part about this card, and it's the flavor text. Don't mess around with me. When I read this, the Goofy meme came to my mind. But like a version
do
of
it
like,
again?
don't fucking play with me, man. Like, look at that face. Just like look at her face and look at the flavor text. She's mad. Like, I don't know what this
I think it's
beast,
a horse-looking thing.
horse, lizard, dog thing. I don't know what he did or said to her, but it pissed her off, and she's like, "Don't fucking play with me."
Nah, man.
But what's the next card?
The next card we got, I guess we've already had it spoiled in
We went through it.
Chinese, right?
I believe it was Chinese.
It
was in
Taiwan
Taiwan.
page.
The Taiwan page.
Yeah,
But it was
so
Light of
it
the
was,
Sacred Spirit.
Mandarin probably, or
Yeah.
Cantonese.
But point is, we
Taiwanese
finally
a
got the
language?
English copy for that one.
Well, I think yes and no.
So-
I think they use the same script as Chinese.
Yeah. So quick
That's the Chinese.
overview: 1 drop, sword chant or sword art chant, quick cast. Choose one if you control Lars of the Sacred Spirit. You may choose both instead. RFG Resonator with 900 attack or more from the game, or search your deck for 5 hero Resonator, reveal it, put in your hand. Solid, but we already went over that.
Yeah, so next one.
Next one is, I guess, our last light, which is a reprint. Solid card. It's an old favorite of mine, Bedivere, the Restorer of Souls. 2 white, 1 void. And then we got Resonator, Knight of the Round Table. Target attack. When this card enters the field, you may RFG a Resonator with 1,000 or more attack from game.
What do you mean that? If you're gonna mention Bedivere, why aren't you mentioning any of the other white cards we got?
Oh, yeah, we did get Percival.
Yeah, we got Percival. We
Percival.
got
Yeah,
the
Percival,
edition.
Gawain, the one that looks like Mash. Yeah, we got like
Well, we haven't gotten the English one from
Yeah,
Ash yet.
yeah, I'll give
so
you that
true.
one. But then the edition.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on. Noel.
What does the edition do? It just gives something plus 2 plus 2.
to all Knights of the Round Table you control.
Okay, yeah. So I guess we do get the edition.
So we can like pop them up on.
yeah.
the field.
So, yeah. So Do you want to go
But-
over Percival real quick, just for a quick run through?
Percival, I don't see it coming out a lot. It can prevent damage to Knights on the table. So
Yeah.
if Knights on the tables he plays, shows he plays, she can get your Regalia, but that's not too big. I mean, it can somewhat help right now, but we
Yeah.
don't have that many Regalia. I don't know how many people are going to run into the deck and how often they want to see one. Because once you have one out, you don't always want to get the same copy again.
Mhm.
To be run like 4 of the same one and nothing else, it won't help. Gawain, I like Gawain. I'm so happy he's going to come back.
Yeah.
Because if I do make Knights on the table, he needs to be in there. He's
Yeah,
so
but
great.
honestly, they're just solid reprints. Nothing
Yeah.
too crazy. We've seen them in the
So-
past, and they were good in
So
the
you're going to
past.
go to red now, aren't you?
Yes, we are going to go to red.
Oh boy.
There's too many
What
red cards.
What red cards did we cover last, and what are we covering today?
So
Let's
we
mention the keepers, I guess.
yeah,
So let's just real quick, like, I guess just have it on the screen or something. Like, Uther's about the best keeper since it can deal so much damage and it's helping you. I mean, it's up to 2 cards, but overall, the goddesses aren't bad cards.
Yeah.
They just need some more support, which we're about to get to. So overall, I think there's solid reprints for, especially the deck style Lenneth is going for.
yeah. Because Sam, you've been testing it, and
It's like once we get through the support cards, then I'll
Yeah.
say something.
but just for a quick run through, I'll flash in the pictures. We got Keeper of the Past, Uther, RFGs from grave to deal damage. Keeper of the Present, Verdandi. She RFGs cards from the hand to do damage, or a card from the hand.
What? No.
Oh no, it's RFG a card from hand, then draw a card.
Yes.
There it goes.
She's the one that doesn't do
Yeah.
damage.
And then we
For some
have
reason.
Keeper of the Future, which RFGs off the top of the deck to do damage. And they all procs different effects whenever you have 10 or more RFG cards. They all gain like a buff in the stats and then like some other skill.
Yeah, they always gain some type buff and then 1 keyword.
Yeah. Notable reprint again, Rook Egg. Rook Egg, 1 drop, searches for a red resonator when it dies.
Yeah, when it goes from field to grave, it's so good, and it's
It's
gonna see
great.
so much play, and
It's
it's gonna make
fantastic.
ISIS even more consistent.
Not just ISIS, but anything that is reds, including Fuji. But of course, it's gonna break.
Oh
it.
yeah, but I was
Yeah.
just mentioning the one red deck that was actually in the meta previously. I don't know what is gonna come up.
So
But
what
ISIS
you're implying that this one worked in Keurig?
I said the one that was in the meta. Keurig was in the meta this past.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it-
because
it
ISIS came
wasn't.
out and she
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah,
she was
ISIS
better.
just did what
Keurig was
Keurig
like,
did,
I
but
can
better.
hit you for 3K, and ISIS is like, I can hit you for 20 times that on the same turn.
I guess another reprint, Memory of Disappearance, 1 drop red, chant, put target card from removed area to hand.
I'm
I
so
like-
happy just solely because I kept on packing these full arts. So now I finally have a reason to run them.
I only had like
Although
2
I
full
haven't
arts.
been using them to test.
Now you have a contingency plan against Blade of Faith.
Yeah,
Just get the
just
thing
keep
right.
on Blade of Faithing or playing the new RFG or playing the other RFGs that we're going to
RNGs.
RNGs. No. Yeah, move on
Just
before I
keep going.
naming
Just
them
keep
all.
going through these reprints. 1 drop red, Thunder, quick cat.
Go to the next
Yeah,
one.
everyone
them.
knows Thunder.
Everyone knows Thunder.
I guess the next one, 1 drop red, torching the timeline, quick cast, deal 100 damage to target resonator for each card RFG'd.
That's
In
going
your
to be
RFG area.
so
That's a
Weird way
good.
you translate that. That translated to worst Thunder. Thunder's
Yeah.
back. Every other red
Whoa,
card.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Mine dealt 600 by turn 2.
But it didn't do it to face.
Sure.
Yeah. So it may see play, may not see play, depends. Probably won't see play because
No,
Thunder's a
just
thing.
in all seriousness though, it's a pretty good card
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
the RFG stuff.
Yeah, it just depends on how good the RFG deck gets.
Oh, the goddesses.
Yeah, they got. I guess that's really all the good reprints.
Did we
And
talk about Regalia break last week?
we did not, but that is the
Really?
only new solid red card,
Pure red.
pure red that we got.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it, Roderick?
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Regalia break 1 red, sword art, quick cast, chant, destroy target Regalia, draw a card. So if you thought that Regalia were gonna go like 3 months before getting checked, no.
But they gave it to a different color this time. 'Cause
Yeah.
before it was mainly green, but there's no green cards, so they're like, we're just gonna give it to red, and we're gonna understand why later when we get to red black, why it's her particularly. But I just love the fact that the art is just full on just Excalibur getting just snapped.
Oh yeah.
Buy a katana or some sort of small blade of sword.
I can just picture like Faria just like swinging it, just being like, I have the sword of God, and Shakti is just gonna smack it.
No.
Says that
snaps
that
in half.
Regalia have no place in this world. She does not like
No, she does.
Regalia, which is
Funny
ironic
enough-
for
yeah.
how her card works.
Okay. Oh my God, her card
We'll
is so
get
dumb.
to that card in a moment.
Yeah.
All the mysteries will be
Yeah.
revealed.
So do we want to move to red black?
No, let's go in order.
Okay. So the next one should be the white blue, correct?
Sure, why not?
Okay, fine, whatever. Who wants to start off white blue?
I should handle this one because they've basically given us Saber from Fate. The more cards we get, the more it looks like Saber.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Holy Nova.
So Holy Nova is the first one. It's a 4 cost. It's 2 light, 2 water. Chant Sword Art. Go figure. It says destroy all resonators. If this card was awakened, choose a card from your stranger deck at random and put it into the field. Awakening is 2 light, 2 water. So basically double the cost.
So imagine if Odin's Judgment costs 1 more naturally, but you also plus a resonator off of it.
I like it.
I do.
Well, you don't get the resonator unless you awaken.
Yeah.
You said 1 more than Odin's Judgment.
Well, yeah. I meant to say
Yeah.
1 more than Odin's Judgment for the normal effect.
Oh, yeah.
But
okay,
if you do
okay.
awaken, then you get the other stuff.
Yeah. Which I enjoy. Like, I think it's a solid card. I don't
kinda-
know how many times you're going to awaken it. It's very much,
Probably
I
not.
feel like one of those things where you're like, it's late game and I have a lot of mana and they have a few resonators on the board, so I'm just going to destroy everything and take control of the board.
Until Faria gets a card that says tap, recover target Regalia. And then the
Yeah.
cost of that chant goes way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, just with Excalibur and without paying for Awakening, it's still just a 2 cost and tapping Regalia to get a board wipe.
Yeah.
So if
I mean,
your
it's
opponent has
solid.
a board and you don't, you're basically paying like 2 mana for it in a
Yeah.
sense. That's not bad. That's pretty solid.
No, if anything, it's just a Wrath from Magic, 4 cost whiteboard. Always good to whiteboard. Like I see it either as like a sideboard or maybe a main deck at 1 or 2. Depends. I don't know.
Yeah. I can see it as like a 1 of in the main and then like 2 of in the side.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to go against like a wide board, then it's good.
I could see it being really good against aggro because of the 2 cost with the Regalia on board.
Yeah.
Because at 4, it's a little bit too slow to play against aggro, but at 2 to whiteboard, you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Because aggro is probably going to have a bigger board presence than you are.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
You think?
Oh, yeah. So, the next one we got is Ishtar. Ishtar.
Ooh, she looks nice. Ishtar, the great goddess of kindness, stranger. She's a 2 light, 2 void, 10/10 goddess stranger resonator. And when she enters, you put a non-stranger resonator from your graveyard into the field. That's all the text you need to know, but that's actually pretty strong because there's no cost restriction other than
No.
it has to not be a stranger.
Yeah. So it can be a lot of different cards we can get to, but for right now, I'm pretty sure we've gone over Ouroboros. We've gone over. I mean, Ushua's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god, just bring back an Ushua to then bring out something else potentially.
yeah.
Ooh,
So there's definitely a lot of solid big things you can get off of her.
Thank
But
God she's just a fucking
being-
stranger.
Yeah, being a stranger makes it way less as good.
But
It's still strong.
you hit,
yeah,
you-
it's still
you-
strong.
You hit it off the random on the deck, and then you're like, we're back in the game, boys. That's how that works. But yeah, it's a cool card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a 4 cost 1k res. Ain't
So
nothing
who's
wrong.
next?
We got Lamorak, right?
Yep, Lamorak the third.
They're
knight.
knight. 1 blue, 1 light, 6/6 resonator. Knight. I was about to say round of the night table. Knight of the round table. Jesus Christ. This card gains +2/+2 and drain as long as you control Regalia.
Could you not? Well,
It's my bad.
And Regalia, you control game barrier. So this that Regalia break is gonna have some trouble dealing with Regalia if she's on the field. So
I re-
just kill her first.
Oh yeah. I really enjoy the fact that we're getting not Regalia, but like Knights of the Round Table support.
yeah.
It's,
Yeah, no, I like that too. New Knight of the Round Table.
yeah. She's cheap, kind of like evenly statted. Because she's a knight, she'll probably get buffed by other knights on her own effect.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh man, Gawain's gonna just throw down a Gawain, throw down an Excalibur, and she's a 10-10.
Yeah, easy. I guess the next.
Lars. Funny stuff.
Knight of the Sacred Spear.
Lars, Knight of the Sacred Spirit. It's 2 light, 1 blue. So it's an 8/8. It's a resonator. 5 heroes.
Which is actually relevant,
Yeah.
right, for his card.
Yeah, for his card. So he has Drain and First Strike, so fairly good. It says prevent the first damage that would be dealt to 5 heroes you control each turn. You may pay the attribute cost of 5 heroes cards with Light Will. So, solid card. I mean, First Strike is always good. Drain is definitely good.
And as far as these spoilers go, like this is the second 5 heroes card that we've talked about. First being Valentina,
Yeah.
and then so now we have him. There's gonna be another
You
one.
mean Vala?
Look, man, that's Valentina. Y'all can't tell me otherwise.
It's
but
not
yeah, her
Valentina
name's Val-
yet.
Yeah,
It's Vala until
yeah.
the demon possessor, and then it's Valentina. It's completely different. But quick thing I love reading is the spoiler. It's the flavor text, which is Lars travels to Vel Savaria to seek aid for her sister Charlotte.
Oh wow, this
Wait,
person
hold
named
up.
Charlotte. No, well, yeah,
Her,
her.
yes. They screwed up the text and they put her instead of his.
You know what, Sam? It's 2019. It's about to be 2020. We can't gender Lars. If Lars
No, I'm
wants
pretty sure
to be
Lars
a
wants to be a
girl-
man.
If Lars
sure.
wants to be a girl,
Are we gonna start playing Mulan songs now?
I'll make a man out of you.
but honestly, Lars is a
That's all a
good
card.
card. It's all the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of the Faria from what was it, Echoes of the New World, where you prevent the first damage dealt to her and yourself
Yeah.
per
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah. The
Reminds
only
me.
thing I have questions about, like, why did you do this?
Why did you do that?
I didn't press anything. Is I meant to ask you earlier. It's the preventing the damage. Is that for each and every one of them individually or one time?
That's a good question.
Prevent the
'Cause
first
that's
damage
something
So
I
from
get
prevent the
for
first
getting
damage that
hero.
be dealt to 5 heroes you control each turn. So it's kind of weird.
I feel like that would be individual, each 5
Right.
heroes.
Yeah. Just because it has the like plural part of it, it makes me think that it's going to be each and every one of them has prevented damage.
It
Yeah.
could be. Then I also think about Zero, all the way from Wind's Ominous Moon, who gave each entity you controlled an instance of that
Yeah.
ability.
So, I don't know. Is that something we got to look into? 'Cause
Yeah.
I meant to. I just
I mean,
Lars wasn't top priority. Go figure.
There were a lot of other cards that took
Yes.
precedence over Lars.
scarier things.
So what's the next card?
You know what? Let's go to some red white.
Oh, if it's the card I'm looking at, then
You know what? Let's just get this one out of the way real quick.
is it the one that I'm thinking?
Heat Ray. We'll just get Heat Ray out of the way.
Oh yeah, we're getting dual stones
Yeah.
back. The
Okay.
OG
well,
dual stones.
Yeah, we're getting the
The
OG
old-
dual
oh.
stones, motherfuckers. So good.
It's a fire and light magic stone.
Yeah. So for anyone that has been living under a rock, Magic Stone of Heat Ray, special Magic Stone. Treat this card as a light Magic Stone and a fire Magic Stone. Tap to produce light or red.
It's back.
Enough
That's
said.
it.
Enough said.
We're dual
Let's,
stones.
let's get to the other
So,
cards
so
now.
what's the actual first card?
Let's see. What would be? You know what? Let's start with our goddess support, and I think. Sam,
Oh, cross point.
yes.
Sorry, crossing point. It's quick ass, 1 light, 1 fire. It's a mage art, so it's supposed to be with Lenneth. It's adorable art of the 3 keepers, and its effect is simply look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of goddess resonators among them and put them into your hand. Remove the rest from the game. So all those goddesses that need like 10 cards to be removed to get their secondary ability, yeah, this gets you like pretty much halfway there
Oh, easily.
most of the time. And it also fills your hand up with goddesses, which is great
Yeah.
when you can just pay 2 mana to draw like 3 cards.
Because why the fuck not?
Oh, there's the card.
Yeah.
I-
I mean, like, my typical amount was getting, like, a minimum of 2, maximum of, I think, like, 4,
Yeah.
which is pretty good numbers. I mean, when you're paying, like, 2 mana to draw 2, that's not bad, especially when it's selective.
Yeah.
And it also powers them up.
So good.
Yeah.
Like,
I also like the art on it. It just looks.
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
it looks
want-
hella pretty.
There's so many full arts I want.
And it's
in
an
this set,
SR too.
which means it's even harder to get full art. But yeah, it's solid art. It's a solid card. I can't wait.
Yeah, this is kind of what Goddesses really needed for, I guess, consistency, really.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought about this. Like, all this goddess support coming almost out of nowhere is kind of weird. It's kind of like reading the patch notes for a game, and that one specialty class that no one's played for like 4 or 5 years, they're like, added improvements to this particular class. You just see the big ass list of like buffs, and you're like, well, I guess we're just going this road, huh? And so you
Oh, yeah.
dust off the old characters, start sweeping people. That's what this feels like, which is good. They're giving old cards.
It's probably more or less like they went like, okay, we're gonna bring back this person in these colors. What cards can we reprint? And someone said the keepers, and like, I like this idea.
Let's go with it.
Where can we go with this? And one person was like, well, the goddesses. Let's just make like goddesses a thing. And they're like, I got it. We'll just keep the same deck style, and we'll just add goddesses support.
Yes.
Works perfectly
I
fine.
like it though.
It
Yeah.
seems like it's just going to be fun.
Yeah, looks like a lot of fun. Like from my testing, goddesses have been fun.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So much RFG.
So,
we'll get to that. That's not-
Roderick, do you want to go through our goddess that we got?
Our goddess? You mean Athena?
Hell yeah.
Oh man, it's my girl. It's Athena, Guardian of Blaze. Last time I saw her, she was the Titan of Revenge. This time she's sporting some life gaining, being a 2 light, 1 red, 800 attack and defense, 12 protective deity / goddess. She's got all the text, flying and drain. Whenever you gain life, put 2/1 counters on this card. Pay light to gain 200 life. Boom. Pay red. This card deals 100 damage for each 1/1 counter on this card to target Jade / Resonator. Boom. Plus, remember, since this card is dealing damage and it has drain, you gain life even off of her red activate ability. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's spicy. I like
Which
this.
means you just get more counters.
I am beating up everybody at pre-release. Whoever pulls this full art, I am either beating you up for it
Man.
or we're having a fair trade.
I'm going to try to at least get a place at a full arts of Athena.
Yeah, you can get them after me because if I find out you got full art Athenas,
Let's just all be honest here. No one's gonna be trading them. No one.
Not until we hit a place at.
oh, looks
Which
like
is
I
not
gotta
gonna
start fighting people.
happen. It's pretty small. Possible though.
I got a
Small.
case. I'm hoping I get a place.
I don't think so. I've done the math. It's not
Here's a
likely.
very quick
Possible,
Here's a
though.
very quick question for you guys. Haven't you noticed she's holding 2 shields?
Yeah, because she fucking bashes you with those shields.
Yes, but do you know what that shield is called? And I didn't know about it until I was looking up Dynasty
Oh.
Warrior stuff.
Wasn't it? Athena actually has a shield
Yes.
in Greek mythology. What is it called? It's the shield of
Aegis.
Aegis. Aegis. Where have I heard that name before?
Aegis shield. I'll let you look it up at some point, but basically it's a mythical shield. It does things. I believe it could petrify people, as far as I know.
Wasn't that the shield that was given to Perseus and then he used it as like a mirror? Am I completely off of
I believe so.
Because I remember he got like different gifts from the different gods.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's no Greek mythology expert that's just laughing at us. But yeah,
He-
besides that, like I've been using her and I love her. Like she's just so great to just like stack counters on.
Yeah, dude. She
She's like,
attacks.
I'm at
she
1,000
protects.
life because my opponent is aggroing me. Gain 2 life, trigger, gain 2 life, trigger, gain 2 life, trigger. Pay red, deal 6, trigger, gain the 6, trigger, get +2/+2 again, swing, drain, trigger, everything. Just keeps triggering, trigger after
You're
trigger
still
after
not
trigger.
playing this card right. And actually, when you were playing early, I thought to myself, all he needs to do is add 1 more card to his deck, and that's gonna break this card.
What?
Life Profiteering Priest.
Yeah, I consider that card.
The moment you play this Athena, she just turns on into
Oh,
like a
dude.
giant
It's just like
beat stick.
tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, so
No, I still think the funniest interaction is her with Dark Alice.
Hold on.
The Dark Alice is
I-
the 3
Oh
drop.
my god.
I
I
know-
know where this is
So
going.
so you go gain 2 life, trigger. Gain the 2 counters for Athena. Dark Alice goes, I need to deal 200 damage to something. You can deal to like their face or something. So
Yeah.
it deals 2 damage. She has drain, so she's like, trigger for drain. Get it back. Trigger Athena. So every single turn, one time, you gain life with Athena. You're getting 4 counters
Yeah.
for 1 light, and you're pinging something for 2. That's
Jesus.
pretty good in my opinion. That's fun stuff.
I just thought something really funny. I know it won't be legal to play in New Frontiers, but Imul, red fire Imul. So you have like the little priestess that taps to gain life. So you go tap for life, Imul's effect, untap priestess, tap priestess for more life. That's 4 counters on Athena right there.
Damn.
But yeah, that's. But the deck that can use it the best because of it's like too much mana ramp is Isis.
Yeah, always
yeah.
go. Look,
Fuck it.
Let me tell
Goddamn
you guys something.
Isis.
Let me tell you guys something for our viewers. Anytime you see the combination of fire and light, whatever strategy you're thinking of, there's probably a good chance Isis can abuse that. Simply for the sole reason of she has so much will. If it costs will to do, and it is those colors, she can do it pretty much as good, if not better, than the intended support for that card.
Yeah, because you're just gonna be like, oh, I got like a casual 10 moons. I'm gonna tap my moons for life. Athena just gets bigger. You know, on my last moon, I'm just gonna tap for red and dead.
Yeah. And then you gain a bunch of life off of it for fun.
It's no bueno.
So what's the next red-white card we need to go through?
Oh,
Let's
there's one I
see.
want to talk about once we get to it.
Let's go with Light of Rays and
There
Revive.
we go. All right. So I'm going to tell y'all the card, and I'm going to tell y'all how I feel. 1 white, 1 red, Chant Mage Art, quick cast. Choose 1. Remove target non-J ruler, non-magic stone entity with total cost 3 or less from the game, or put a resonator with total cost 3 or less from your moved area into the field, or search your deck for a light regalia, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Here's how I feel. This card's broken as shit.
Oh, it's so goddamn broken.
It's broken as shit.
I hate it for the sheer fact that Isis gets to play it.
No,
It was
Isis
such a
should
great
not have
card
been
when I
able to
read
play
it first,
this.
and I was like, I get to start removing Isises and Gnarlies from the game. And then what happens during my first game of playing it? I go remove Isis from the game. He goes, at end of turn, bring Isis back. And I'm like, right, same color. I'm dead.
Let me tell y'all something. So I'm gonna try to make this quick. But one of the balancing factors for Isis is that she has to stay on the field to really use the deck. So obviously, one of the countermeasures is to blow her the hell up anytime you make eye contact. You cancel her ability, you cancel her existence. Whether you're sending her to grave or RFG, you just make sure she doesn't stay on the field, which is still a good strategy. But it got a lot harder to pull that off and maintain that board state, because not only do we get Izanami, which lets you pull Isis back at instant speed from your grave on the field, but we now have Raise and Revive, which pulls her from your RFG at instant speed for 1 less will. Hell, if I'm a bid man, I'm going to toss Isis, RFG her with Shu, tap light, and then play her that way. I save 1 will. Or I just keep it in hand, and they're like, oh, I'm going to remove her from the game. No graveyard access for you, buddy. I'm like, bet. Bring it in. Then, okay, Isis is still alive. Can't bring anything from RFG. So what do? I just start deleting their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're doing the shoe thing, like you go pitch with shoe, like, you know, all that jazz you do with shoe. Then during your opponent's turn, when they tap out, because it'd be like turn 1 or turn 2, you're like, okay, cool, you're tapped out. At the end of your turn, fucking raise Isis back in.
Yeah. You could also go turn 1 if you're lucky. You could go turn 1, hit red, white, stone, heat ray, Verdandi, pitch Isis, draw a card. Turn 2, hit a red or a white stone, tap, raise, revive, Isis. Turn 2 going first. I went second so I could play Isis turn 2 because I need to energize. But I can go first and do it now?
Why not?
Yeah. There's too much to do with this card.
there's-
It's too good.
Like, this could warrant a video all on its own.
Oh, yeah.
But
No, yeah, it could. But let's get to our next card.
What would be the next fun card to go about? You know what? Let's go with the Palace of the Three Goddesses. While we're on the topic of RFG, 1 red, 1 white, 8 void. This is a big booty addition.
It's a big bitch.
I think it is the highest costed edition we've ever had.
Yeah, but
What was the cost of that blue edition from CFC?
I think it's 9.
yeah, the one that
I
allows
like
you to
how
play your first chance.
We're thinking the same as that card.
But anyways, onto its effect, you may pay 1 less void to play this card for each card in your removed area. You're gonna hit
So
that
crossing
pretty
point
quickly.
makes it really cheap.
Yeah,
really
but
fast.
enter. You may put any number of goddess resonators with different names from your hand into the field. 1 red, 1 white. Put 2+1/+1 counters on a target goddess resonator. So not only this is very important, but it just says goddesses. It doesn't restrict it to like non-strangers. So if you manage to get some strangers in your hand that have goddess in its name or goddess in its race, them bitches coming out too.
Like the stranger we mentioned earlier.
Ishtar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a solid card. So like right now we have a total of 5 goddesses counting Ishtar. So there's Athena, the 3 keepers, Ishtar. So, but most of the time you're getting like 3 to 4 off.
Yeah.
Of it. I haven't been that lucky with it, but I need to play more goddesses to make sure I get it better.
Did you know Frigg is a goddess?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot of random goddesses. here and there.
I also like its effect
like
of the 1 red, 1 black,
Yeah.
or 1 red, 1
I was
white.
gonna say black one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
That's a solid thing just
yeah.
to buff them up.
If you
And
ain't got
since-
shit to do, like if you have Athena on board and your opponent like doesn't
Not
have
Athena.
Uh,
Because Athena can buff itself
Yeah, that's like
for less.
because you're just
It's
paying
any of
one
the other
white.
keepers.
Yeah, any
basically,
of the other keepers.
like the keepers the most time is what you're gonna hit with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
no,
like,
Frigg is not a goddess. She just has it in her name.
Really?
She's a myth.
okay, that's
Oh,
what it was. I was
okay.
like, I know she's a myth. I was like, maybe she is a goddess. She should have been a goddess.
Yeah.
Because she is one in mythology. But
But-
yeah, like I think this card's solid. It's just it does cost a lot, which is
Yeah.
because there was a couple times where like I'm like I kind of want to play this, but I have 3 mana and it costs 4.
Sounds like you're not yeeting cards into your RFG fast enough.
This
Yeah.
card. Oh, this card.
Oh, Lord.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm glad you get this to me.
Oh,
So
Lord.
it
Oh,
is
no.
Aliceris, the Invader of God's City.
Oh, Lord, he coming. Oh, Lord.
He is a 9-cost resonator. He is 1 red, 1 white, 7 void. He's 1,000,000. He's just a regular old human. Don't worry about it. You may pay 1 less void to play this card for each card you remove from play area. So just like the addition, he can make himself cost 2. Enter, put a card from your removed from play area into your hand, so that's always good. So if you've ever thought that the keepers weren't consistent with dealing lots and lots of damage, he has a 0-cost ability that says reveal this card from your hand, put it on top of your deck or into your graveyard, or remove it from the game.
He's so dumb. He can dodge hand removal. Like, literally, if your opponent plays a card that can remove him from hand, in response, put him on top deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I love it for the sheer fact that finally like you're like, oh, I really wish that my Skull could get my top deck to make sure it can kill this thing.
Yeah.
I'll just put a 9-cost on the top. It's probably gonna kill whatever's on the top, whatever I'm targeting, right?
Yeah.
This is dealing at least 10.
Or if you do like Uther or whatever her name is, you pitch him to grave,
Yeah.
play Uther, and then RFG from grave.
Or if you just need 10 in your RFG, then you
Yeah.
can just put him in your RFG for free, and you just get the
You
abilities
can also
off.
play with Dragon Dance, the fire rune that says reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a resonator, it deals damage equal to its attack to target resonator. If it's a dragon, put it into your hand. Costs 1 fire.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Or if you want to be really spicy, put this fool on top of your deck and then just teleport him in. Which is really bad. I advise you not to do it, but it is a
that's still
possibility.
a big chunky boy coming in.
Because trust me, there's going to be a better card you're going to want to teleport in.
It's a big chunky boy or a chunky girl in that case.
Yeah.
So what's the next card?
Let's see. What would be the next fun card to talk about? Oh, I know.
Oh,
Roderick.
the snake.
You want to talk about some nice
Hey,
snakes.
Sam. So
I just want to say real quick, like, just looking at this art, it has made the Discord so fun. Because I love being in the Forceful Discord, and like every so often you just like say something, and there's just a bunch of people just react with snake
with
paws.
those images I was editing, what did you do with them?
Oh, I just posted the laser one, and so many people, because of how you wrote it. So you know that meme of like the kid in the ceiling and the kid running away, and how they like write it correct and they write it wrong. It's basically people just kept on writing it wrong. It was funny to watch because like some of them were like really like weird ways of reading it.
Because I read snake beam, right?
Yeah,
Or
but
something
you
like that.
but you put it like this.
Uh-huh.
So like you were like reading it like this. Some people were reading it like the way. Some people were reading just the same color. So I'm just like, oh wow, there's a lot of different ways you can misread this, and I like it.
I didn't expect I made a layered meme like that, but that's great. But
Yeah,
anyways,
snake
getting
pawing is great.
getting to the card that we mean, and also why I feel like this card is probably the next best thing in Ices out of all the other resonators.
Jesus Christ.
Hitamatano Orochi, that's a name. The Pet of Lenneth. 1 fire, 1 light, 200 attack, 200 defense, 12 protected deity / dragon. This whole time, like not really realizing it, we thought it was a snake race, but it's dragon. So
I just read 12 and I was like, I know this race. It's Lenneth's race of all of her things. And it's a snake. That was the end of my development. So I never bothered to read the entire race. So I was just like, yeah, it's a 12 protective deity, whatever.
there's a card I'm gonna bring up after I read the effects, and it's a card no one ever used. But it's very powerful with this. It's not in this format, it's in Wanderers, don't worry. But it's natural barrier. That right there is
That's
already
huge.
It already is a minimum
It
of
stops-
2.5 out of 5.
It
Yeah.
stops like early game removal for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Easy.
so like reading this, you're like, 2 cost 2/2, bad card, but barrier. But then what else?
Oh, for 1 light and 1 fire, put 2 1/1 counters on this card.
But that's not enough.
But if you control a Regalia, any Regalia, put 4 1/1 counters on this card instead. Then
Bruh.
we ain't done yet. This is like Nalathotep. It's a layered problem. This card gains precision as long as there are 8 or more +1/+1 counters on it. I actually forgot about that. But then we ain't done yet.
There's
like
more.
Nalathotep. There is insanity at the bottom of this freaking card. This card gains Eternal and Pierce as long as there are 20 or more +1/+1 counters on it. Let me tell y'all something.
Now that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. And
That's
I'm telling everybody
a
who
lot.
watches this podcast, I don't care what country you're from or who you are, this card is the next best thing in Isis. This is exactly what she needed to be a late game bomb.
Because like one of the top things I gotta point out is barrier and eternal. There's nothing in the format that can kill it.
Exactly.
Nothing.
One of the biggest things that shuts Isis down is perfect Loki, because a well-placed perfect
dude.
Loki chain like destroys the deck. You just go boom, boom, boom. You need to throw Minerva out. But Minerva's getting harder to run because you have so many more beautiful things that you could throw in the deck.
Yeah.
But also Minerva doesn't help you on your opponent's turn.
No.
They just wait till your turn is and they go blink. But what's good about him? All this will you're sitting on and barely any cards in hand, dump it into Orochi. And next thing you know, you have a 5,600
Just
attack
throw your
defense
fucking
range.
Yeah, I was
moons
gonna
at
say,
this
like,
snake.
do you want to mention how many turns it took you to buff him up?
Just technically 1/2. Like,
Yeah.
I could have buffed him on a turn. I played him, but I passed. And then at the end of your turn, I
Yeah.
buffed him. Then coming into my turn, I buffed him again. He got to about almost 6,000 damage.
You hit 20 +1/+1 counters in 1 turn with Isis.
Yes.
And this was like throwing what, like 5 or 6?
You know,
Yes.
I'm so fucking happy that I got Lancelot.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, buff. I'm like,
Okay, so yeah, there's one card in the format. that
yeah,
can
I
deal
could just
with
be like, you know what? While you're gaining all your +1/+1 counters, I'll just minus 10 +1/+1 counters. So let's put that snake down and put him in the grave.
Like, just take your snake and throw that motherfucker away. But no, like, the stats are deceiving. You might look at this and go, it seems unnecessary, but hey, if you got something you could dump will into that can't be targeted.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like the fact that it's a 12 protective deity means that at the very little, you always have Lenneth's Regalia. So you can just start tapping
Yeah.
that thing. So like, okay, I didn't play anything this turn. I'll just tap it before recovery.
You tap
Now
it
it's a
once,
6/6.
it's a 6/6 with barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That if they printed a 6/6 with barrier with nothing else
For
on the
2
card,
costs?
For
that's,
2?
that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. But then like you go tap, untap, tap it again. It now has, what is it, precision?
Yeah.
So it's now a 2 cost 10/10 with precision.
And barrier. And is a
Barrier.
dragon. Which gets me back to another thing in Wander. There's a card called Sylvia's Roar. You can either plus 300 attack to all your dragons, or whenever a dragon you control swings, it deals that much damage to target resonator. But if you have Sylvia, you get both. But just imagine this boy swinging, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm a block. Nah, just delete. And then even with the pierce, I mean, like it's just overkill.
That Pierce is nasty. It's like I feel like it could have been okay without that Pierce. But it's
And
like
remember, Isis can search this card out with her enter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Pierce was 100% because they're like, we know that's not going to be super easy. Like, you got to be somewhat into the game. You got to be at least in the middle of the
Yeah.
mid game to do it. And I think that's why like they made sure it had Pierce, because if you get mid game, you're spending like all your will and your turn into this thing, and they block with like a 1/1. I'd be sad too.
Yeah,
oh yeah, that'd be
they're
really
not blocking
sad.
with a 1/1 anymore. I can tell you that much.
You know what? Again, since we're on the topic of Regalia with our new little big snake friend, let's go to our nice 2-drop edition that on enter just puts the Regalia back in your hand from grave.
Which one was this again? I forgot about
The
Vel
Oh, Vel
Savaria,
Savaria.
God City.
the God City.
this. Right.
And-
Enter put target regalia for
Hey, you know what? Not only it's like I think it's pretty good just to put a Regalia from grave to hand already, but you could tap this fool to produce 1 light or 1 red, and spend this to play Stranger Resonators.
So your strangers are now even smaller costed because your Regalia and your addition start tapping for
Yes.
for them.
So you literally go, oh, I need to play. Have we talked about Thor yet?
No.
We have not.
Okay,
That'll be the next one.
Well, we'll get to him, but there's a particular card named Thor. It's like I want to play Thor, but I also want to like maximize my turn. Vel, get your Caduceus back. Thor, because you tap Vel, and just profit.
Like, I just saw something funny with some of the rulers or whatever, because they have, like, on the ruler side, effects that proc whenever you have a Regalia enter. You could play a Regalia. You're like, okay, cool, get the proc effects. Play your second Regalia. Obviously, because of the ruling, you can only have one on board.
If it's the same name.
If it's the same name. So you destroy one of them, put it into grave, but then you get the proc again. You play Veil, get the Regalia that just got destroyed back into your hand, play it, proc the effects again. And there's a certain new ruler that we got. That's a lot of damage going towards face.
That's a lot of hurt.
But that's a surprise for the
So
future.
do we want to talk about Thor?
We do.
Okay, so Thor
That was a pretty good movie.
is a stranger.
Yeah, I did
It
like
is,
Thor.
Thor
yes.
the White Lightning.
Good thing I know this by memory. So it's 1 red, 1 white, 8/8. When it enters, you RG the top card of the deck, and you destroy all of your opponent's non-magic stone entities that share the same cost with it. So if you RG a 2 cost from the top, then all their 2 costs, Resonator and additions, get destroyed.
It's kind of like Dark Alice's Enter or Dark Alice J Ruler's Enter, except
It's
you
random.
don't have. Yeah, it's
Sort of
kind of random.
In theory, if you ran only of the same cost, it's not random.
Technically,
But
if
that's
there's a
weird.
non-cost thing you needed to destroy, Allosaurus can help you with that.
Yeah.
That actually can be a play where someone just like plays like a 9 cost thing, and then you're like,
All you need
0
to
cost.
destroy an opponent's Allosaurus, so you put your
Oh,
Allosaurus
no.
on top.
You're like, oh, they have 3 Allosauruses on the board. No, it'd be a shame if I were to just
Put mine
Kill
on
it.
top.
kill them all. Okay. Also, you can play 1 light to give it +2 defense to the end of turn, or 1 red to give it +2 attack to the end of turn. So it's a good outlet to mana, which I think is great. Like,
Yeah.
you can just like,
He looks like a Rajang from.
yeah,
Monster.
before you untap, you can just be like, oh, I have 2, heat rays up. I can just tap them both for +4 attack in total.
Yeah.
It's solid. It's just solid work.
It's always nice to have effects that allow you to do things when you don't have any other plays to do.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
always enjoy things like
That's
that.
why I love like Zero, because she's just your ruler and she'd just sit there, and then you're like, oh well, I have like 3 extra white. Okay, I just pump them into this thing.
Yeah.
If I don't swing with it, so I might as well.
Yeah. But Thor, he could be either really good, really bad.
I don't know. I kept on hitting really good stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, you kept blowing up my Nauthotis. I was like, Let me check my one drops in response just in case. I have a feeling he's gonna hit low. 2. Okay. Or maybe one time you hit 3. But all I know was you hit good.
Yeah,
You hit
I
good.
hit 2. I think like 2 times or 3 times, and then
Yeah.
like I hit like 3 once. That's it. Like I kept on hitting 2 drops when you had a gnarly out, and it was great.
Yeah, I remember walking up to your guys' table and he had like 2 gnarlies on board. You just played
Boom.
Thor.
Like
you
Thor, and
revealed,
he's like sack like some stuff, and I'm like, okay, reveal the 2 cost chant, the rise and revive,
Yeah.
and I'm like, they're dead.
So let's see. We got 2 red-white cards we got left. Which ones do we want to go for? Do you want to go for the waifu or do you want to go for the phoenix?
I mean, Roderick is required by law to read the Phoenix because he called the card.
So yeah, I will read Phoenix. The Inextinct Fire is his full name. 1 fire, 1 light, 400 attack, 1000 defense. He's got a big butt. 12 protected deities / beast with flying. Your J ruler gains imperishable. And for a 2 light and 2 fire, you could put this card from your graveyard or remove it into the field. Unfortunately, because of the way that Caduceus works, you wouldn't be able to pay for that second ability with it.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Sadly.
big sad.
That'd be
But you have a permanent beat stick, similar to how Narlathotep from Awakening of the Ancients is like this recurring nightmare.
Yeah, it keeps
Yeah.
you can RG itself.
By the
and-
way, you might want to consider running her in Linen.
I could do that. I do need draw.
yeah.
It's draw and the body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I should invest in that. I know I have some copies.
But it has a Zell in there too, so she needs swiftness. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I definitely need to change that out. But yeah, it's an okay resonator. Like I don't think
Yeah.
it's anything to like, send home about. But
It's like when I think about this
But now your
forecast.
Linen can keep coming back and deleting things. I mean,
imperishable.
No. It's like whenever I see this forecast revive ability, I automatically think of the old, like not the old Blazer, but the what was like the zombie Blazer or whatever.
Oh, the sits cost.
Yeah, this.
I love it.
4 cost naturally 1,000 with swiftness and flying.
Yeah.
And you can pay 2 red, 2 black, and 2 void to go from grave to field.
Yeah.
You had to do something.
I
at
didn't
the
play
end
that
of
card a
turn
lot, shut
or,
up.
Or you banish him.
What?
There was at the end of turn you had to do something or
I think you have to pay for again.
I think you had an RFG card in your grave. I think that's what it was.
Okay, that might have
Look
been
it up
it.
to be sure.
But
Because I remember there was a cost. There was like a continuous like if you do not
Yeah.
at the end of
this-
your turn, put a non-magic stone card from your opponent's removed area on the bottom of their deck.
Okay,
Because
that's
don't
what it
banish
was.
this card.
Yeah, so you had to RG your opponent's
Yeah.
stuff. So it worked great in like Lapis and other like stuff where you just played Burger Seal.
yeah,
This is almost always something in great.
Yeah.
Or in RG.
but
But yeah, it's an okay card.
I could see it as like a one of maybe depends.
Now
But-
a good old fashioned. I guess I'll read this one.
Oh, we're getting
Our
Helix.
our red white. waifu.
Amaterasu, the Oracle of the Sacred
one.
Text. She's a stranger. She's a 1 light, 1 fire, 8/8. She's a deity. Could have been something else. Other light or fire resonators you control gain +2/+2.
Speed.
It's not speed. The other one gains speed.
It's
This is
speeding
buff.
down their life.
True.
Yeah,
This is buff. It also has you may pay 1 void less to play fire and or light resonators. So you got something that costs like 1 fire, 1 void. Like I don't know, Scald.
yeah.
It's now just 1 fire,
You know, I'm
which
so
is
happy.
honestly really helpful.
Frontline Warrior is also 1 fire.
Oh no!
No,
oh, no!
we
oh,
should
no.
we should just be grateful. It says other light or fire resonators, and not light and fire resonators.
Well, if it's a light and fire, then it would have to be a light fire resonator.
No, because it would be like light and or fire. So magic, you'd be if we follow it from magic, that would mean the dual color resonators will then cost 2 void less.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how that works, but
That's
I
how
don't wanna
that-
have
that's
to, like,
how
start
it, that's
thinking about
how
the
it would
logic, 'cause
work
it's taking
in
me
magic.
hours.
But magic is worded as light and or fire.
The and or might be
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
different. But if
Yeah.
it said light and, that's inclusive, and so that kind of makes it mandatory that'd be both. But and or does change
Yeah.
things a bit. So
I don't know.
But
But anyway, like
thinking
it's still just like it reduces it by 1 cost, which is really good.
yeah.
I'm sad that it doesn't actually help with like Athena. could be helpful.
Also,
but
guys, have you noticed like where the attack and defense is? It's got like this nice, cool pattern.
Oh, the little
Under-
Yeah.
spikes or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I just noticed. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So I think we're done with the red white stuff.
Yeah. That leaves-
Did we talk about twin adders?
No, why did you skip that one?
Oh,
so
wait,
so
there it is.
should
Okay.
Do you think I should read this?
I'll go through this. So
or do you think? Okay.
so we got one fire, one light, twin well, what did he call it? Like
Well,
twin.
show it to me and I can tell you what I called it. Why have you done this to me? Twin. Yeah, it was twin vibrators.
Twin-
Spiral.
yes.
Something like that.
Twin vibrator spiral.
I
as
translated
Sam
it from
called
Spanish through Google Translate, and
he-
it told me vibrators. I knew it was wrong, but I was like, I don't feel like checking.
You could have you're like probably Viper.
But the correct name is twin adders spiral. Chant
How's that
mage
supposed to know
art.
adders? Adders. How is I supposed to know that?
But quick cast. This card deals 600 damage to target player or J-Res. You gain 600 life. If this card was awakened, choose a card from your stranger deck at random. Put it into your hand. Awakening 1 light.
So y'all remember Crimson Ray?
It's literally Crimson Ray.
it's either-
It's
But
just
better.
straight up
It's
Crimson,
Crimson Ray if
with
you're
an
from
awakening.
Force of Will. If you're from Magic, it's Lightning Helix.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Helix. So it's just a solid card. Like I'm playing in my Lenneth Goddess deck, and it's great.
It's so good.
It hasn't been the best card, but I mean the fact that it gives me a stranger is great. Because
Yeah.
it helps me cycle my
It's
strangers.
weird. We've been getting a lot of like, or at least it feels like there's been an influx of like 2-cost burn cards with the word spiral in them.
There's been a lot of RG 2 cards. There's been a lot of like deal damage 2 costs. Like there's a lot of 2 cost chance
Yeah.
now floating around. But yeah, it's
I mean, it's removal, it's life gain, it's potentially add a card if you have an extra will to spend.
oh yeah. There's a lot of good solid things you can do
Yeah.
with it.
So that should be the last of our firelight. So let's go to the anticipated color combination. So let's start with the Madman. That is probably going to be the bane of our existence next
Oh,
set.
Melgus.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
my
going to
dear.
start with Melgus first and then get to those.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, that's an interesting way
So-
to play.
our speedy boy Roderick.
All right.
Tell us, how fast can Melgus be?
You're asking
Oh
me
no
how
no!
fast can
I'm
you-
the one that thought of a turn 2 kill. He can
He
read
is
the
true.
text.
Yeah, it's
I made
true.
a turn
I'll
2
let
kill.
him explain that. He
So
did come up with
so
it.
no, you read the card and I'll explain my turn 2 kill.
All right, so we got Melgus. He's definitely not a fake character. He's a warrior ruler. Stranger 10. Judgment for 2 fire, 1 black. Energize for fire and darkness. Whenever a fire regalia enters the field under your control, choose 1. If the regalia is levitate, choose up to 2 instead. We got 4 effects here. I'm going to burn through them. No pun intended. Choose a card from your stranger deck and random put it into your hand. This card does 500 damage to target player J Resonator. It's Thunder. Or put a 100 Fire Warrior Resonator token with swiftness into the field. And next in turn, you banish it. Or you may pay 0 to do judgment this turn. Pretty nice ruler side. I did want to point out real quick that Stranger does say you may begin the game with a Stranger deck of exactly 10 Stranger Resonators. You may not have more than 2 copies of any card in your Stranger deck. Just wanted to make sure that people knew about that before we continued. No questions left behind. Then we have the Melgus J Ruler, which is pretty much the same art. 1,000 attack and defense. He's now a 7 Kings with first strike. Enter. Choose a card from your Stranger deck at random and put it into the field. And then we have God's Art, Usurpation of the Flame King for 1 fire, 1 darkness. Banish a Resonator, draw 2 cards, choose a card from your Stranger deck at random and put it into the field.
Okay. So to fully tell about this card, I have to first tell the people about a wonderful card called Azazel, the Blazing Charger. She's a stranger, 1 red, 1 darkness, 7/7. So, not as big as the other strangers. So what does she do? Well, she gives all the resonators you control swiftness. Very important for later on. When a resonator you control is put into a graveyard from the field, this card gains 200 this card deals 200 damage to target player or J/Resonator. You can pay 1 fire, target J/Resonator must attack or block this turn to Fable. So, how do you turn 2 kill with Melgus? It's quite simple. You go second. Just start off. So, all you gotta do is you play Levitine. So it doesn't matter what Levitine does, besides the fact that it gives swiftness. We'll go over Levitine in a little bit. So you play Levitine. It's 1 fire, 1 darkness. You then can choose either to burn 5 to face, or you can just get 7-1. I honestly just say get the 7-1 if your opponent can't block, and go for broke. So you swing for 7. Then you also have free judgment. So your judgment, you get Azazel. From Azazel, you then tap Lave. You have 2 mana. You God's Art. You sack the token that you swung with already. You draw 2 cards. You get a random stranger. You get the big dragon, 2,000 flyer.
Berserker.
So you swing for 2,000 in the air. You've hit for 27. You swing because Levitine gave your J Ruler swiftness. You swing for another 1,000. They're 37,000 damage. Sorry, 3,700. You swing for Azazel, and they've taken 4,400. Is a turn 2 kill? Is it consistent? No. Is it funny if you get it off? Yes.
God,
Trust me, if you can kill your opponent turn 2, there's nothing that they can say.
No, man, it's just like the fact that just Melgus alone could fucking thunder your opponent whenever he plays Regalia.
So yeah, I was talking with like Roger earlier. Like I was like, you can if your opponent cannot gain life, and if you play all 4 copies of both Lenus Regalia and Levitine, you kill your opponent.
Yeah.
So you go 5, 5, 5, 5. That's 2,000. Lave.
And that's not including the thunders you're
2,000.
playing.
Yeah. So you can just be like, okay, like play
Hard
Lave,
mulligan.
get a 7-1 swing. You have to block it because you don't want to die. I'm also dealing fire into your face. You're like, okay, he didn't judgment at least. Play another Lave, do it again. Play another Lave, do it again. Play another Lave, do it again. And you just constantly have to be blocking my things. I'm probably going to kill whatever blocks me. You're taking 2,000. Thunder. Okay, we're done here.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Wow.
So it's a solid card. It's
Play Dark Alice, draw, sack your Lave, draw, throw some away. Play Veil Savaria, get your Lave back.
yeah, just play as Surto, the volcano.
Yeah.
So that way every single time one of your because your Resonator's gonna die and go to
Yeah.
grave.
Yeah, you sack the Dark Alice, so that way you proc it.
Yes. I guess should we have Roderick read Levitine?
Yeah, so as Sam mentioned briefly earlier, we have Levitine. It costs 1 fire, 1 darkness. It's a Regalia. And it also has Mythic, so you can only control 1 Levitine at a time. Your J Ruler gains Swiftness, just like Levitine of Ye Olde, but it's much more balanced. It has a cost and doesn't do nearly as much. And you could tap, produce 2 wills in any combination of fire and or darkness. Spend this will only to play God's Art abilities, strangers, or sword arts. I mean, it's a good Regalia.
Just swiftness.
Have you ever
Swiftness is
seen
good.
a 1400/800 first strike J Ruler swing at you with Drain? That can then pay 1, deal 200 to some, gain 200.
I don't like where this is going.
No.
Yeah, have y'all heard of that ruler?
Yeah, it's called
Yes.
Isis.
No, thank you.
Isis with a bunch of dual stones.
Oh.
Oh man.
Real quick, I want to jump back to Melgus just for his flavor text. I like his favorite flavor text. It's very
Ruler or J
flavorful.
Ruler?
We'll start with the ruler. His family dead. His friends left him, or his family died. His friends left him. He is all alone, trying to win every fight.
Sounds like, Smash players.
It almost sounds like a certain fake character.
Wait, that wouldn't be right though, because then we have a dragon called Berserk.
And we also have Saber. And then the opposite of Saber is Archer.
And depending on which universe you're going at.
Shiro.
So what
Emiya.
you're saying is that Levitine is the bone of his sword?
Yes. I like that one.
But let's go to Melgus's chant. Dark fire.
Oh boy.
One
Oh,
or
no.
double fire, 1 dark. Chant, sword art, quick cast.
Oh no.
This thing did not have to be quick cast, by the way.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
As an additional cost to play this card, you may pay any amount of life This card deals that much damage to target J-Res. If you control Levitine, this card may deal that much damage to a second target J-Res. If this card was awakened, choose a card from your stranger deck at random, put it onto the field. Awakening, double red, double black.
So the reason I'm laughing is I want to be there for a situation where somebody has to go from 40 life all the way down to 1 just to stop themselves from dying. What IU are you fighting that you have to deal 3,900 damage
Well,
to?
that's the thing. You're not fighting IU because she rotates.
She rotates. I'm talking about Wanderer, though. Or some random
I
guy.
can see a lot of people just being like, okay, I'll pay 2,000, like deal 2,000, deal 2,000, get a stranger. Like I can see that happening a decent number of times.
Yo, this red black stuff is lit in Freyla.
Yeah.
Have you ever just wanted to hit 2,000 life and start doing like degenerate Dark Elf stuff on like turn X?
Oh no, man! You just have a Lucifer, and then it's like you play this during your turn, sack all your life, hope to God your opponent doesn't thunder you, and then regain your life.
I like Living Dangerous. But no, I think it's a pretty good card, really.
Yeah, I can see a decent number of really
Especially with Levitane out, you know, you hit that double ping, but it gets even better with a certain card that's coming up.
Who wants to talk about the card that completely pushes this over the
I'm
edge?
talking about her.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa.
talking about her. Nah, Sam, move aside.
Fine.
This is
I
my-
get to talk about the chant, though.
You can talk about the chant all you want. I have to talk about my other baby girl because Leonard's my baby girl, Ice is my baby girl, Sylvia is my baby mama. But then we got.
It just sounds like you're a man whore.
More than one waifu will ruin your life.
for pretty
No,
cards.
man.
Absolutely,
No, man. It's like you gotta have one waifu you're dedicated to. From the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like you're goddamn dedicated.
I'm
Like I said,
dedicated to
more than
Sylvia.
one waifu.
Hey,
Sorry, more than one
I'm
waifu
dedicated to
destroys your
Sylvia.
waifu.
I just have alternatives for each.
Your
format.
side hose is what I'm hearing.
No,
All I'm
I
hearing
would
is
never degrade
you're
them like that.
unfaithful degenerate.
So,
No, I am faithful. See, in different formats, I have different people to look forward to.
Oh, I see. You're one of those seasonal waifu kind of men.
Seasonal waifu. What kind of weeaboo shit is that? But anyways, the card in question is Shakti, the Red Eye Swordmaster. Very beautiful card.
Red Eyes Black Dragon, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Joey would be proud.
Another one that I'm not trading away till I get a play set of full arts.
I'm gonna fight you. One fire, one darkness, 600 attack, 600 defense. She is also a 5 heroes. For effects of Regalia you control, treat this card also as a J roller. Yoink! And then whenever you play a sword art, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's not limited to once per turn. Yoink!
Why? I'm so mad that they limited it to only sword arts. But Welser was a 6 cost. I only got to copy one chant. She can copy
6
as
cost?
many.
As many
No,
chants.
he costs 2, Sam. We gods are 1.
Okay, he costs 2 one time.
By the way, could you imagine like Welser play her, play a sword art?
So let's just recap all the Regalia abilities that she can get. Excalibur, +4/+4. So she's a 2 cost 10/10. Caduceus, Drain. Levitine, Swiftness.
Good.
Could you imagine having all 3 on the board when you play her? She comes in, she's a 10/10. You can immediately start swinging with her, and then she just gains life.
Yeah.
There's not a downside.
Now,
to
I
this.
do
No,
know
there's
that we're
not.
on Shakti right now, but I did just want to mention for Melgus, you guys forgot about a card that Melgus can abuse for free. Oh, wait, he can't. Never mind. I forgot Regalia were void. Never mind. I was going to say Ifrit Glass spam to thunder your opponent, but no, it's void. So
Yeah,
at
it's
least
void.
it could.
Yeah, like that's why like when we saw Lenneth, we were like, wait, the other ones don't work because they're all void.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
It's not stupid.
All right, so I mean, she's a very pretty card. I like her art. I like her effects. But now Sam is going to tell us what you can do to obliterate your opponent's face with her.
So first we have to go over the chant that she goes with. So you remember how I said Red Eyes Black Dragon? Well, her card is called Opening the Red Eyes. Hint, hint. It's quick cast. 1 fire, 1 darkness. It is a sword art. She copies sword arts. Remember this. Target J/Resonator gains +7/+7 precision and first strike until the end of turn. They might think that that's strong for only 2 costs. It is.
It's
But
whack.
if what you're targeting is Shakti, the Red-Eye Swords Master, put 7 +1/+1 counters on it, and it gains precision first strike and eternal until end of turn instead.
Not whack.
So for 2 costs, without her ability, she becomes a 13/13 with precision first strike and eternal until end of turn. But because of her ability,
You can target her twice.
you can target her twice, making her a 20/20, and those counters don't go away. So your opponent now has a 20/20 they have to deal with. And if you have Lave to make this payment free,
Jesus Christ.
ooh, it's fun.
Also,
it's
she
fun.
gains swiftness because of Lave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. So you go turn 1, go second. Turn 1 Lave. Turn 2 Shakti. Tap Lave. Play this card. Target her twice. Swing for 2k.
The moment you play that, you just hear You Say Run start playing. And she just charges up her fist and just smacks the opponent into
No,
oblivion.
it's My Hero plus Ultra.
Yeah,
Oh,
You
no.
Say Run.
That's the song I've never.
Well, I'm not gonna play it now, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other song that can obviously play is Gas. Gas.
I was really thinking of Initial D. Deja vu. We've been in this place before. No, she's good stuff. I like this card. Do I dare attempt to try to fit her into like a jank ISIS deck?
No, stop it.
Yes.
Stop
you're
No,
going
Russian.
to-
you're right.
I know
I'll
you're
put
going
in
to
Fuji
try.
instead.
I was going to say you're going to try anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess do you want to read her pets?
Oh yes.
Yeah, she has a pet. She has a little tiny.
a
dragon.
little tiny dragon that looks really big in the artwork.
But then like whenever you see her art, you're like, well, this thing's tiny.
Yeah. So we got
different.
the darkest fire small dragon. 1 red, 1 black, 6/6 resonator dragon. Wow. Who would have thought? Flying. Wow. It has flying and has wings in its art. What a surprise. When this card is put into the graveyard from the field, destroy target damaged resonator. Whenever a card named Shalti, the Red-Eye Swordmaster, enters the field under your control, you may pay 400 life. If you do, put this card from your graveyard into your hand.
What? I have to share this. What
Oh,
in the
you're
world
talking
am-
about the fact that the Lore Master is here shit. But we'll talk about after this card. Because I know I just blew your mind. So the dragon. Its effects are good.
Yeah.
And funny enough, there's a lot of cards that come out in this set that help you damage things, even pinging them a little bit, like Sanguine Arena, which is
Yeah.
a card we didn't talk about. But Sanguine Arena, as long as you control a Resonator, you can tap it, deal 200 to the board. Sandstorm still exists, so that's a nice combo. So you can throw him away somehow and kill something that way. Or when they kill him, they risk having their stuff die.
Or if you have like light, you can always just play like the
Oh.
the Crimson Ray one, so you can just
Yeah.
like, okay, 600 damage doesn't kill it. Deal 6, gain 6. Okay, sack this thing to like alter or something, kill that thing.
Yeah.
But also, it's the greatest trade machine because if they swing and you block, and
It's
they
going
don't
to kill
die-
it.
Yeah,
as long
it's
as it
gonna-
doesn't have barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barriers let the one get away, or they prevent damage like Gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
So like those are basically the only 2 outs to that.
So whenever a card named Shakti, Red Eye, Swordmaster, blah blah blah, you can pay 400, pay 400 life if you do put this card from your graveyard to your hand. That's an interesting ability. When I first saw this card, I thought she was gonna combo with like life loss or something like that, but I guess not. But it's a recurring threat. So
It would have been cool if it killed on enter or attempted to kill on enter because, target.
Oh, it's kind of like the Fairy Tale. You should know this card. I can tell you its ability.
tell me the ability.
Enter destroy target resonator that has been dealt damage this turn.
Damage. It's a spirit.
It's a spirit.
No, it's
Yeah.
a fairy tale because
It's
I
a fairy
remember
tale,
playing.
don't
I
worry.
remember playing him
It
in Mikage.
costs
It,
2 or 3.
it costs 2 because it was
2.
it was the
Oh,
equivalent
it's
of 3 cost
some
kill.
with a T.
Taru.
Oh,
Taru.
that one, the
Taru.
darkness one.
Yeah,
Okay,
Taru.
there's a light spirit that can do something, but you have to banish a gem. That's the one I was thinking about.
Okay.
Yeah,
no,
but-
I was thinking of because like Mikage played it because you're like ping it for 1 and then they're like, okay, kill it. And they're like, ah,
Yeah,
it's dead now.
It's like what you do is like before I untap, ping, ping, ping.
Ping
during
as
my-
much mana as I have, untap, kill it, and they're like,
Yeah.
ah, thank you.
Why didn't we get a Demon Flame reprint out of all things?
Shut up. It could still happen.
It could.
You know what? I would
Because
like.
it fits in with the color.
I would appreciate a Lethal Arrow reprint. I mean, like
no.
I know it doesn't fit in Atlas, but it
Doesn't
could.
at all. I mean, they could just like give it a different art and like
Yeah.
lethal arrow, and we're like, we can't technically say no because arrows exist in all pretty much all
Yeah.
universes. Yeah. But besides that, like, so do you want to go for that lore thing?
So
I didn't think about.
something that I was thinking about when I read this card the first time, and something I remember after reading it again. This is a bit of a lore topic, but the name of this dragon is called Darkest Fire Small Dragon. Now, for most people, they think that name is inconspicuous, and Darkest Fire, Dark Fire. Well, there is actually another card with the term Darkest Fire in the game, and that was Gil Lapis. So Gil Lapis 2.0 is what we call him, the common name, but his full name as a J-Ruler is Gil Lapis, Rebel of Darkest Fires, from, I believe it was Return to Dragon Emperor.
Yep.
So, funny enough, that happens. We also have a card called Dark Indication, which has the back of Lapis on it. That's something. It's kind of telling us that he's here, and this dragon and Shakti could be related to him in some way.
I just realized something. So the flavor text on Darkest Small Dragon is the small dragon delivered to Shati the sad news that her father Volga was slain.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
Volga's dead immediately.
Oh, no,
Joe,
yeah, we-
wait, I'm not done yet. You then have Regalia break has a picture of Shate breaking Regalia. Who do we know is known for breaking Regalia? Lapis. He's anti-Regalia. Who would be the person that comes to Shate's aid when she wants revenge for her father? That could be how they introduce Lapis.
It
Have
could
we
be
gone over that chant? We have, right?
Yeah, we have.
Dark Indication.
So I bring up the same question that I had last time. Why is Lapis, the anti-Regalia person, not take Regalia out of the hand?
Because he
Yes.
hasn't met Shate yet.
He hasn't met Shakti yet. So my speculation on that, and I don't want to make this too lore heavy. I'll make this quick. My speculation on that is Dark Indication is him arriving, but he hasn't met Shakti. Shakti's father was slain by Melgus, and so she wants revenge. She then meets Lapis, and they make a pact, and she gives Lapis her ability to manipulate and potentially destroy Regalia. On top of Vel Savaria being taken over by Alisaris, which is the city of, Regalia and stuff like that. That's a prime setup for giving Lapis that kind of power,
Yeah.
which would make sense. So,
Yeah,
I think we've
Fits
we've
in.
done it, guys.
we've cracked the code.
We've cracked the code.
Nothing can change now. Nothing. Absolutely. we cannot be wrong.
I love reading lore.
So what's the next card, guys?
Do we have? So let's see. We've gone over Melgus.
Yeah.
We've gone through his chant. We've gone through Tiny Dragon. We've gone through Levitine. Oh wait, we got one more card that isn't in Atlas.
Wait, we've gone through the
Technically-
entire set? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
but
cool.
Oh, we do have that other card.
We do have the other
Where
card.
did you
Oh
put it?
man, are we gonna talk? We're gonna talk about the other card now. Thought we were gonna
Yeah.
wait for the other thing, but we could talk about it now.
No, you know what?
What?
Should we keep our viewers on suspense on our thoughts on how we could potentially ruin some of these decks?
Give me like 2 seconds, then I can break any of it.
I like breaking decks. I like breaking the game. Despite popular opinion, I like just destroying people. But with the things that this card can do, that is hella funny. It's
But-
more fun than serious, but man, when you pull it off, it is great.
My only concern is like we're like an hour and 13 minutes in.
We are an hour 13 minutes in, so we won't be able to talk about the card now. But for next time, our viewers will get to find out how a certain familiar character, not from Force of Will, is going to come here and just literally change the game. And also, I have a theory for Hoel on how he's going to get his Machina support. But we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, so it's been fun. We've seen waifus, We've seen waifus.
We've seen Big Strong Man.
We've seen big strong men. We've seen
more waifus.
we've seen more waifus. We've seen Saber from Fate. We've seen some familiar faces from the past.
I've also seen a frozen screen over there.
Yeah, we do have a frozen screen, but worry not, because we'll still have the images on the
As
screen
long
or
as
whatever.
there's-
Yeah.
Y'all can't see me flailing my hands, but
As
I'm
long as
flailing.
it's still recording, I'm good.
Yeah, but that would be it for tonight. We really need a new camera, Jesus Christ. But my name is Hoel. You can't see me waving, but I am. I am currently now pointing to Sam.
And I'm definitely waving right now. You can't disprove this statement.
Stop fucking lying, Sam. You're not
I am
waving.
in dominant T-pose position. Fear me.
And that was Roderick.
We're T-posing Hoel? No. We've
No.
already been T-posing you,
No,
Hoel.
no. But that would be it for
Psychos.
us, guys. This
Sneak
is us from WLTCG saying goodbye.
Signing
Bye.
out. Y'all have good night, day, or whatever time of day you're watching this.